the smallest stature, even when they have reached adulthood, and this gives a wrong impression. It is imperative, however, to add that although sickle cell patients might experience retardation in mental or cognitive development, is mostly unaffected. Osteomyelitis, infection of the bone. Due to repeated bone infraction which result from deprivation of blood supply to the long bones, causing bone pain crisis, the long bones are predisposed to bacterial infection. This usually results in softening and weakening of the bones. A vascular necrosis of the head of femur. It is not unusual to see an adult sickle cell disease patient limping, depicting or a deformity in one of the hip joints. A vascular necrosis of the head of the femur is a common complication in sickle cell disease, which occurs as a result of deprivation of blood supply to the head of the femur, resulting in degeneration of or necrosis of the femoral head. Therefore, producing the limping gait observed in many of these patients, the complication is amenable to hip replacement surgery, which is successfully done abroad, but not without its own complications of bone infection, among others. Chronic leg ulcer. The word chronic means protracted. This is another complication that is seen in sickle cell disease patients. It usually occurs close to a medial aspect close to ankle joint proximally. It is usually a consequence of inadequate blood supply to the area concerned. This makes the healing of the ulcer difficult once it is established. It is another worrisome complication that disturbs the psychological state of these patients. Healing does occur in some cases, but with adequate care. It is pertinent to note that it is not only in sickle cell disease patients that complication of chronic leg ulcer occurs. It also occurs in other common diseases like diabetes and underlying osteomyelitis, to mention but a few. Priapism. This is described as continuous sustained painful penile erection. This complication has also been noted to occur in some sickle cell patients. It does occur without any sexual excitation. As has been described earlier, the experience is painful and sometimes the need for analgesic and rarely surgical intervention may arise to bleed the condition. This complication does not arise invariably in every sickle cell patient. A lot is anchored on the genetic makeup and background of every sickle cell patient. At times, the occurrence of these complications is also a game of chance endeavor, an event. Chronic renal failure. This is a condition that occurs when the kidneys fail or are failing to perform their function optimally. This is one of the complications that occurs in sickle cell disease and usually could result from prolonged use of analgesic like paracetamol and other non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or from repeated infection of renal parenchyma. The condition chronic renal failure does occur in normal individuals who are not residency in psychiatry. While my greatest worry about flying to Australia was jet lag. Moody's blood count dropped to critical levels days before the conference. Still, he insisted on traveling to Melbourne to present his poster on emotional aspects of sickle cell disease in adolescents. Regardless of his own risks of deploying a painful vaso-occlusive crisis during the long flight. Henry Ezie, a doctor and previously my medical student at Ogun State University Teaching Hospital, District. Sir, this is soul lifting and energizer. We are the only stumbling block to our own success. This is inspiring. Tell your story, my boss. Mira Akewole, a psychiatrist and colleague, conqueror of the rough roads. Kan Onijinjin, my colleagues during the youth service actually within. Femi Sani Skenki, a classmate at University College Hospital, Ibadan, Nigeria. Yeah, we know you. Well done, bro. God Almighty will continue on you. And Mobolaji Iyun, medical school classmate at University College Hospital, Ibadan, Nigeria. It is well, Bakare. I remembered how fair you always were and worked with a guide. Kikilomo Agunlela Anolubi, medical school classmate at University Hospital, Ibadan, Nigeria. Looking forward to hearing it. Inspirational that you choose to pursue happiness rather than live in opposite. Mofolashede Anolapo, medical school classmate at University College Hospital, Ibadan, Nigeria. Absolutely, Mob. I am with you all the way. You are an inspiration to us all. Please tell your story. Let the world hear. Yawande Oshodi, a psychiatrist and colleague. Yes, you have done truly well, and much more greatness awaits you. Karen Visa, a friend living in Kenya. I am not surprised. Your quiet strength and sense of humor, not of you and your achievements. Lekan Isijola, a high school classmate at Ibadan, Christ Apostolic Grammar School, Appearing, Ibadan, Nigeria. I have known you for about 30 years now, and I can testify to it that story is long overdue. Mozi Onubogu, medical school classmate at University College Hospital, Ibadan. Yes, you should have a story in its and it is inspirational. Adetayo Bayode, a high school classmate at Ibadan Christ Apostolic Grammar School, Appearing, Ibadan, Nigeria. My name and only impossible JJ Laiva right on Monday in Igwe, a psychiatrist and colleague. We never know how much we are capable of until we are challenged. Bakare, those are your words, and I got lots of inspirational during my book, my boss. Isaiah Owoye, a friend. No limitations for a willing heart. If you can picture it, you can capture it. More dreams, more accomplishments as your heart could carry. Greater testimony awaits you, sir. Alaba Ajepinwa, an NYSC colleague at Lokoja, Kogi State. Bakare, may God continue to make you inspiration to others, especially the up-and-coming generation. Better days ahead, brother. Obayoza Makoju Adele, medical school classmate at University Hospital, Ibadan, Nigeria. Please write a book to inspire kids with sickle cell disease. It is only a disability if you cannot make the good days meaningful. Lord, get us all through our bad days and help us make the good days more meaningful. Keep on shining and remain blessed. Mohammed Said Jidda, a psychiatrist and colleague, highly inspiring, a message that will serve the public too. Magel Ifyong, a nurse and friend. Dr. Mudin Oolabi Bakare had been my very close friend from the day he arrived at my hospital, Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Calabar, for his residency in psychiatry. I first saw him at the court outpatient, observing things, but I thought he was a patient, and I said, please, can you move forward because it seems you came early? I was later informed that he is one of our new doctors. I was his first friend in Calabar and was always dropping him from when he got his first accommodation. And I picked him up to spend his very first Christmas with my family in our house. Everyone loves Dr. Bakare, including my late mom, including he was still a source of inspiration to many facing challenges. He never let his health status disturb him in any way. Upon all, in his career as a doctor and as a consultant psychiatrist, he will never give up in life. I personally will emulate him and never give up, because giving up makes one a failure. May God continue to preserve his life and use him as an example to encourage others in similar circumstances. Nuruddin Ayotunde Bakare, my younger sibling. Your resilience is highly inspirational. It is more than a sickle cell patient studying medicine. It is also about a sickle cell patient surviving with no adequate source of money to take care of his health, food, shelter, clothing, among others. I am proud of your spirit in this direction. Michael Olukarede Odubanjo, a senior colleague in medical school. Mudin, I salute your resilience. You are truly an inspiration to all. Right on, brother, and more grounds to break, more achievements on the way. Heads up, 18, a psychiatrist and colleague. My boss, kudos to you. We are waiting to read your book once published. Oluyoro Catholic Hospital, Okeofa, Ibadan. Of a truth, your life has been an undiluted testimony, but we give glory to our Maker, who preserved you to emerge the best among your contemporaries. Temitope Ogunkani, high school classmate at Ibadan Christ Apostolic Grammar School, Aperi, Ibadan, Nigeria. It is the Lord's doing, just an amazing grace. What you have said is true. I recall our days at Ibadan Christ Apostolic Grammar School, 1983 to 1988. To God be the glory. Muhyiddin Owalabi Bakare, as I knew him, Abbas Adetunji, high school classmate at Ibadan Christ Apostolic Grammar School, Aperi, Ibadan, Nigeria. I feel very highly honored and immensely elated writing about my illustrious classmate, Dr. Muhyiddin Owalabi Bakare. Moving as we then address him, is now a consultant psychiatrist and indeed a jolly good fellow. I must add that this current choice of career is a fulfillment of his lifelong ambition of wanting to be a medical practitioner, for which we are all happy for him. We all had our different childhood experiences, and no matter how arduous or easy experiences they still are, and some of these are what have defined our existence till this day. However, some kids had a sweet, bitter experience of sorts, and while some were palatable, the others were not something to relieve. I first met Bakare Owalabi in 1983 when we were both enrolled in Form 1 at the prestigious Ibadan Christ Apostolic Grammar School, Aperi, Oyo, Ibadan, Oyo State. He had caught the image of a cool guy with a calm name, and he was indeed quite calm, but beneath this legendary calmness was a troubling, seemingly life-threatening challenge with the knack to devastate him, threatening his very existence, as well as emasculate his future career plans. It just happened that, due to no fault of his, Maiden suffered from sickle cell disease, and he was not much of a normal child like we were, so we thought. Many of us did not really come to terms with the debilitating effects of the ailment